treating the magistrates with contempt, I can have you removed from the court for that, you know.
Would you stand, please? Out of courtesy. You obviously don't believe in courtesy. Would you like to remove them from the court, please, and perhaps they will consider the matter?
Go to the doors, please, and move, gentlemen. Unless you want to stand.
I think out of courtesy, I'd be prepared to stand, yes.
Thank you.
You would?
Yeah.
Please usually stand.
So you two gentlemen don't want to stand, you can leave the courtroom, please. Unless you want
I'm
to stand.
quite happy here in the public court, thank you. Public place.
You can stay in the public if you stand for the magistrates.
Why do I have to stand to stay in a public place?
Courtesy.
Wasn't the way you have to be courteous to be?
Right, sir, would you like to come with me, please?
I don't understand what's going on here.
The magistrates have asked you to stand. You can stand up and then you can sit down.
I don't understand how to...
You understand me, you understand me perfectly well.
I'm fine, how are you, mate?
Gary,
I'll go
you're
and
going to need to leave the court, I'm afraid, alright?
I don't understand.
You've been asked to leave.
No, I'm following what's being said, but I don't understand why I have to stand up. I'm just sat down there.
You need to stand up and leave the court then.
Yes, I did. Why not understand why you're asking me to leave?
Right, well, I understand. What's the reason you've got to leave?
For the simple reason of showing courtesy to the magistrates. These gentlemen have stood and shown courtesy, so the magistrates have asked them to leave and we're asking them to be removed and we'd like them to go.
Is there a law that requires me to speak? I'm not being funny, I'm saying...
You've heard the reason.
Yeah, but am I breaking the law by sitting down?
Well, you've heard that what you're doing is disrespectful, haven't you, to the magistrates?
Yeah, but that's not against the law.
And you've been told about it and you need to leave if you're not going to do that, okay?
Yeah, but I'm saying to you that's not...
You need to leave under the Contempt of Court Act. If you're not prepared to leave the building, then we will have you taken down to the cells. So it's entirely your choice, sir. Either you leave the courts, or we'll have you. We'll have the police officers arrest you and take you down to the...
Are you going to leave with your own court?
Are you going to arrest me?
Probably, yes, if you don't leave with your own court. Under the contempt of court. Okay.
Is that civil or criminal?
Can you please leave the court?
You understand the officer, don't mess about, you understand him. You're messing about.
You know exactly what we're talking about, alright?
There's no law being broken, this is a public place. There's no law that says you have to stand. As a free person, I can sit or stand.
If you're disrespecting the magistrate...
No, there's no disrespect meant.
Well, yeah,
no disrespect whatsoever.
You may not mean it, but unfortunately...
I respectfully and politely would prefer to remain seated.
You need to respect him for that.
No.
I would respectfully and politely wish to remain seated.
The last time I'm going to ask politely, are you going to leave the court, please?
Are you going to arrest me if I don't leave the court?
Right. I will ask my sergeant,
yeah, go on,
and then I will get back to you on that, because...
And then you could get arrested for not standing up. That's pretty tyrannical, isn't it?
Must mean an awful lot to stand up. Must be some meaning behind it.
Well, if you can, I respectfully and politely wish to remain seated.
It seems to have touched a nerve. There must be a lot behind it. That's right. To get us to stand. What's the meaning of us standing?
I'm in your PCSL, they can't.
Can anyone explain the meaning of standing? Why it's so important?
How are you?
Obviously not.
Man overboard. Nobody's answered my
Man overboard. Man overboard.
Who's the injured party? They are threatening contempt of court.
Why would they contempt of court?
We haven't understand that.
If I can just read to you the power that's on here, it basically says, powers to exclude, remove or restrain persons. A court security officer acting in the execution of his duty may exclude or remove from a court building or part of a court building any person who refuses to permit a search, it's not relevant, to surrender an article, it's not relevant, under section 54. And then another section, a court security officer acting in the execution of his duty may restrain any person who is in a court building or part of the building if it is reasonably necessary. If it is reasonably necessary to do so for one of the purposes given in subsection 3, which are enabling court business to be carried out without interference or delay. You're doing that, really?
No, because that only applies to persons.
Also, we're not.
Well, what are you
We're
then?
not persons.
What are you then?
Well, persons are legal entities. We're flesh and blood human beings. We haven't brought our persons with us today.
It means people, doesn't it? That's
No, it
what
doesn't.
it means.
No,
People
it
within the
doesn't.
court. Okay. What does it say? For maintaining order, securing the safety of any person in the court building, a court security officer acting in the execution of his duty may remove any person from the court room at the request of a judge or a justice of the peace. Powers conferred by subsections 1, 2 and 4 include power to use reasonable force when necessary. So my argument would be that it comes under what I've just explained to you. So I'm just waiting for my sergeant and my inspector to get back to you.
The definition of the word person his definition is different from the actual
Well,
true
what
definition.
how have we haven't disrupted any court proceedings. We simply respectfully and politely wish to remain seated. That's not
Refusing, so you are refusing.
They're on about just leaving the court now, not trying to shut the court, not about the...
Not about standing.
Oh, right.
No, because
there's
I mean-
no reason
Progressed
to
it
throw
on
us
to-
out of the
onto
court.
what
What reason they're throwing
situation?
us out of the court?
But are you refusing to leave or not? We're asking to leave the room.
No, we weren't refusing to leave. We were
Can
simply...
you please leave the room?
Are you asking me now?
Yes, please.
And what was the reason that you're
I'll just
asking me to
explain
leave?
that reason to you. I'm not going to repeat it again.
You haven't...
The fact that he's asked you to do something
Right.
only means that you need to answer him. Your answer is, thank you, I'd rather stay.
Yes, thank you. This is a public place. I'd rather stay.
So you're refusing, and that's a
No,
refusal.
no, I'm not refusing to
I'm
leave.
requesting.
But
You're
this
not
is-
doing as I'm requesting. That's a refusal, isn't it? Of
No,
course it is.
that's not a refusal. This is a public place.
Different.
Yes, it is.
Sir, is a request have to be followed?
It's a request. It is really an order, isn't it? Because
It's one or the other.
well, it is because the consequences if you don't do it are not going to be very nice for you, are they?
Only if it's an
And it's
order.
going to take up our time as well. So I'm trying to do it in a polite manner and asking you,
I'm
requesting.
politely,
You're being very polite.
wishing to remain seated and wishing to understand the reasons that you're giving
And I have just explained that to you from this document I've got in front
Well,
of me.
anyway,
Excuse me, gentlemen, do you mind if I make a suggestion?
Of course you can.
Just by way of example. If I politely made a request for you to go and get me a cup of coffee, would you do that for me now, please?
I would absolutely do that. If he was at the police station and you was one of the people who would make you a cup of coffee, not a problem.
Thank you very much. Would you get one for me now, please?
No, because I don't know where the facilities are and how to do that, and I don't work here, do I?
Are you refusing to get me a cup of coffee?
At the moment I am, yes. But there's no consequences for me failing to do that, is there? Go ahead, Tom.
Well, you know, cut yourself off.
Sorry about that.
Please send us the...
At the moment, I've been told by our inspector that we're not going to physically eject you or anything like that, okay? But I think they're just discussing other options and how we can deal with it. Okay with that?
Fantastic, thank you.
By the way, can I get you a cup of tea? Listen, I'm
We've got some biscuits as well.
No, I'm sorry, I came back. Listen, I'm gagging for a drink. I think I've got some change. Milk and sugar?
Very nice.
No?
Okay. Thank you for asking.
Would anybody like a drink? Because I don't know.
I couldn't finish mine, it was horrible.
I couldn't stomach another one of those.
I'll go get you a cup.
I knew there was a reason why I was delayed.
Did you know where we're coming from today?
Oh, I'm not going to comment on the political reasons. Sorry.
That's a conversation. Need to convert you. So you tell all your mates.
Can you stop and remove the two gentlemen right hand?
Police officer has just been in contact with his
Assault, yeah.
Excuse me. Hey, what's the point in that? Can you arrest them, please? These officers are assaulting excessive force.
This man's being assaulted.
Yeah. Get their details.
Was there any need?
Well, I, for courtesy, he should have stood. But I mean, you know, as one
Excessive
gentleman to
force.
another, that was excessive force and can be quite easily pursued. I mean, he was willing to leave of his own volition and peacefully.
He was asked to leave and didn't. They both left.
Well,
Welcome to
you know, the policeman broadcast verbal in the gallery, did not. He said that no one would be removed, and you know, he was asked to leave in the first instance post that.
The policeman said that his inspector had told him was not to remove. No, that's fine. The police.
Sorry, I'm just having difficulty understanding why that violence was necessary. That's all.
Because the magistrates are not prepared to go ahead with this court unless those in the court are prepared to show a very small amount of respect.
There was very little respect shown there, wasn't there?
I think we should leave because I'm not prepared.
Yeah, I'm not prepared to be part of this circus.
We have details of these two members.
Yeah, we want details of the three that assaulted
I'm
him.
training law as well, you
Yeah.
see. And I'd like to pursue this myself.
You can get through to the court and the court security staff here, and all the details we will have all the details.
Okay.
Right, we'll get those before we leave here today.
We know it's
Yeah.
we don't feel that we can show
We will try to find out the three who just assaulted that man.
You'll have to speak to the courts themselves, I'm afraid. Like
Well,
I
we do
explained
that.
there, it's not police power that was used.
No, but you should have intervened. That was blatant.
If I can collect that information.
Have you got an email address? You might want to write that down and give it to me.
We'll go on it.
Del, can I have another scrap of paper?
Bullies with a badge. It's assault. They encroached on his private space. It's assault.
So, are you a part of the Freedom Rebels movement?
Well, in a manner of speaking, I'm not paying for it, but I'm on a basic.
Okay, you're in.
Yeah.
Money doesn't matter.
No, well, that's fine.
Yeah, we're all right.
Was there anyone left in there? Was that
No. And you're sovereign man.
Common assault of my own eyes.
Yeah. Everyone is.
Yeah, everyone is.
Good.